basketball fans, and coming to you live from the Caloocan Sports Complex right here on SNA HD, the Filipino channel, live streaming on TFC.tv and on sports.abs-cbn.com, live stream /ABL. This is your ABL, and a very important ball game tonight for the home team. The San Miguel Alab Pilipinas team will be looking to sweep their next two games in order to make it to the top two spots of the semifinals, coming in just around the corner here in your ABL as they go up tonight against the CLS Knights Surabaya from Indonesia. Good evening once again. I'm TJ Manotok, together with Mix Bustos, breaking this game down for you tonight. And Mix, a very important game for Alab Pilipinas tonight.
Good evening to you, TJ. It's a great night to be here at the Caloocan Sports Complex. You know, in the Philippines, it's just really a basketball country. We all can't wait to maybe Alab Pilipinas, maybe will sweep the CLS Knights because it's all important game for them to be able to solidify their spot in the team standings.
Absolutely. They want to get a top 2 seed because they want to get a better seeding, of course, coming into the playoffs. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the team standings mix so we can see exactly where they are right now and how far they are from possibly making it to the top 2. They're not number 4 right now.
Well, right now the CLS Knights are officially out of playoff contention, but then the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, you know, for them, they need to be able to win this game and or, you know, this game today and or Sunday to be able to clinch a number 4 spot. But at the meantime, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas also wants to win both because they have a chance to tie Chongson Kung Fu for the first spot at 14 wins. And you know, if you get the first place in the team standings, you have home court advantage all the way until the finals.
And more importantly, you have that bye. You don't have to play in the quarterfinals, where in the 3rd seed will play the 6th seed, and then the 4th seed plays the 5th seed, meaning number 1, number 2 go straight into the semifinals, and that is what they're really fighting for. Meanwhile, Migs, they've been playing good. They've been playing good basketball. They had a good bounce back win. Talking about Alab Pilipinas, let's take a look at how they fared against the Saigon Heat. Wherein it was a must-win game as well for them.
Well, it was a blowout, TJ. You know, speaking of Alab Pilipinas against the Saigon Heat, they blew out the Saigon Heat 72-48 in the middle periods of that ball game. It was just really a done deal for them. 56% from the field, making 31 field goals. Actually, Saigon Heat made 33. But San Miguel Alab Pilipinas were +6 in made 3-pointers, so that really made the difference during that game.
Exactly. So offensively, they had no problems, but maybe defensively, giving up 100 points and letting your opponent shoot more than 50% is something that most coaches would not be happy. So that's something they're going to look at. Who played well in that game? Mix, of course, the big guys for Alab Pilipinas.
Well, of course, Ronaldo Bachman will always be big for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, also with Justin Brownlee scoring a double-double with 13 rebounds. But then we'll get to the bench later on because they were the X factors during that game.
Exactly. Okay, now we talk about as well the history books right now, as we're pretty much going to make a record here talking about Alab Pilipinas after beating the Saigon Heat in that game. There were certain records that were made, Migs, and tell us about those records that they were able to break here in the ABL.
Well, 126 points is the ABL record for most points scored, and at the same time for most threes in the game. Were 18 big field goals. Brownlee had, and Pau Javelona had 3. D-Honts, the Cebuano hotshot, had 2. So it was a total team effort for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and I think it was just really a bonus for them that they broke those records.
Yep. That's a lot of 3-pointers. 18 3-pointers normally is a lot. So again, that is really a lot of buckets and points. Meanwhile, talking about the bench, Migs, you mentioned earlier that we'll get more about the bench of this Alab Pilipinas team. And this is crucial because coming down the stretch now, you want these guys to be able to perform, to produce. And coming into the playoffs, you want to be able to rely on some of your guys coming off the bench as well. How did they fare against the Saigon Heat?
Well, as you can see, the top 2 names in Pamboy Raimundo and Nico Javelona. And these guys don't get a bunch of minutes. But then Pamboy Raimundo, I think the breakout game of that season, 13 points ago with 2 rebounds. Paulo Javelona also with 11 points. Total of 47 bench points, TJ, only compared to 22 by the Saigon Heat. So the depth, you know, the local players really stepping up for Alab Pilipinas. And I think in this ABL, it's really differences in games.
Absolutely, and thank goodness we have depth as well. We have Bea Dias joining us on the broadcast, and earlier she was able to chat with Pamboy Raimundo about his breakout game, and here's that interview with Bea and Pamboy.
Okay, so So, Pamboy Raimundo, all throughout the season, medyo struggling ka from the field, averaging only around 3 points and 1.5 rebounds per game. Pero last game, masabi natin, breakout game mo na talaga because in only 15 minutes of action, you were able to score 13 points and 2 rebounds. So, Pamboy, ano ba yung naging difference kaya naging maganda ang output mo sa nakaraang game?
For me, siguro yung nawala si Josh, medyo humaba yung playing time ko. So, ready naman ako every time. Nag-step up ako. Sabi ni coach, ito na yung chance ko, ito na yung opportunity ko para mag-step up, para pakita ko sa tao na kaya ko maglaro.
Ayan, so sinabi mo nga na you were given the opportunity to showcase your game. So ngayon na papunta na tayo sa semifinals, last 2 games of the elimination round, ano ba yung mako-contribute mo sa team?
First, siguro yung role ko sa team, yung maging defender. Yun naman yung laging sinasabi ni coach na kailangan yung role ko rito, unahin ko yung depensa ko. Siguro yung score ko, bonus na lang yun pag dumating yun, pag nagkaroon ng chance.
Ayan, so sana tuloy-tuloy na yung laro mo, especially in tonight's game. Good luck. Back to you, TJ and Migs.
That was Bea Diaz at Pamboy Raimundo. Ganun talaga, Mix. No? You really have a chance to step up, and when you have the chance, you give it all you got.
Well, of course, Pamboy Raimundo, for him, I think he has more to prove right now. He's been around the Philippine basketball, and Alab Pilipinas is a chance for him just to break out and finally prove his worth here in the Philippines.
Meanwhile, as we said, that this is a must-win game for Alab Pilipinas if they want to get up there in the top 2 spots. Their opponent tonight, even though they're eliminated, they are coming off a win, Migs, and that could boost their morale. Let's talk about this last game of the CLS Knights and how they fared against the Westport Malaysia Dragons.
Well, basically, TJ, this win virtually knocked out the Westport's Malaysia Dragons, who are vying for a playoff contention against the Saigon Heat. Now, the CLS Knights have been really struggling at home. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of those home wins. That they had back-to-back home wins, and this is one of those. Only in this in the 18 games that they had, they led from start to finish after opening with a 24-8 first quarter, and the CLS Knights, led by as much as 30 in that win.
Interestingly enough, though, they had 20 assists, 20 second chance points. So hustle points there, and team play is something we got to watch out for. Specifically, who played well as well, though, for the CLS Knights.
Well, it's a given that Brian Williams will post double-double numbers, as you can see, with 22 rebounds. But then, Freddie Leash has been struggling all season, but then this game really made him, his mark as the Heritage Player of the Week, for this week in the ABL. 28 points and just really carrying his home team to victory.
That was a big, big game for the Heritage Import. Breakout game for Freddie Leash, 28 points, 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, there is a familiar face that will be on the opposing team against Alab Pilipinas tonight. Here's a guy who has played in the Philippines, and he as well has had significant contributions for his team. We're talking about number 45 there, Keith Jensen.
Well, Keith Jensen was a late addition to the CLS Knights after replacing another Pinoy talent in Rudy Lingana. He scored 9 points and 5 rebounds. As you can see, he averages 10 points, 4 rebounds in those quality minutes. And Keith Jensen can be that X factor, for the imports of the CLS Knights. And they need more production from him because he cannot, rely on the production with Shane Edwards and Brian Williams.
Well, he's a former pro. He played in the PBA, went back to the States. He's hungry to prove himself right here again in the ABL as well. Bea Diaz was able to catch up with him earlier, so let's hear more from Keith Jensen.
Okay, so Keith, your team has not really been able to perform as best as you'd want it to be, but you're currently on a 2-game winning streak. So what is your mindset coming into your last 2 games of the elimination round?
We're just trying to enjoy and have fun and compete and grow together as a team and play for pride.
And I know that you were also once playing here for our pro rank. So how does it feel to be back here in the Philippines?
I absolutely love the Philippines. Everybody is so warm. The fans show so much love. I appreciate that. And this is home.
Now that you're going up against Alab Pilipinas, what will be your game plan for the whole CSL Knights to be able to get your 3rd straight win?
Just playing together and competing hard and being positive and trusting the rest.
Okay, so congratulations and good luck in tonight's game. Back to you, Migs and TJ.
All right, thanks, Bea. And of course, great to see Keith back in the Philippines. And now we turn you over to our Coliseum Barker for the official intro of both these teams.
Number 1, their Asian Heritage import, Freddie Lish. Number 8, Mura Wisner. Number 9, Sandy Gornyaway. Number 10, Febri Otomo. Number 11, Arif Hidayat. Number 13, Caleb Gemilan. Number 16, Firman Nugroho. Number 17, Katon Bascoro. Number 27, Bina Rizky. Number 31, their world import, Shane Edwards. Number 33, another world import, Brian Williams. And their Asian Heritage import, number 45, Keith Jensen. The head coach for the CSL Knights Indonesia is Koko Heru Setyon Nugroho. His assistant is Ricky Dwi Tauri. And now Caloocan City, make some noise as we bring you our very own San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Number 0, Pamboy Raimundo. Number 1, Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Number 2, Josh Urbistanda. Number 3, Lawrence Domingo. Number 6, J.R. Alabance. Number 8, Robbie Salis. Number 10, Rico Meyerhofer. Number 13, Paulo Avelone. Number 24, Oping Sumalino. Number 25, Dondon Hontiveros. Number 32, the real import, Justin Brownlee. And number 34, another world import, Ronaldo Boutman. The head coach for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is Jimmy Alapan. His assistant is Matt Kuban and team consultant Danny Siegel. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all please rise for the Philippine National Anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's call out the starting lineups. First, for the CSL Knights Indonesia. At shooting guard number 1, Freddy Lish. At power forward number 16, Firman Nugroho. Small forward number 31, Shane Edwards. Center number 33, Brian Williams. And at shooting guard number 45, Keith Jensen. Again, their head coach is Coco Heru Setyu Nugroho. And now here are the starters for the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. At power forward number 6, J.R. Alabanza. At point guard number 13, Paulo Avellone. Small forward number 32, Justin Brownlee. At center number 34, Ronaldo Bondman. And shooting guard number 1, Ray Parks Jr. Then the head coach for the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is Jimmy Alapad. Officials for the ball game are
There we have the starting 5 for both San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and CLS Knights Surabaya. As we're moments away from tip-off here, we will be having a ceremonial jump ball.
For the CLS Knights, it is Freddy Lish, Firman Nugroho, Brian Williams, the world import, and Shane Edwards also, and the heritage import in Keith Jensen. For Alab Pilipinas, it's a surprise start for J.R. Alabanza, starting for Coach Jimmy Alapag, and Pao Avellone also making that cut in the starting 5.
As you see, Mayor Oka Malapitan of the city of Caloocan leading the way here for the ceremonial jump ball. And I want to thank the city of Caloocan as well for being gracious hosts for tonight's home game for your ABL, for the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas team going up against the CLS Knights. And this is a unique format, makes us Alab Pilipinas does not have a regular hometown. They like to move around in the Philippines. So to give the chance to a lot of the Kambayan to see the team live in action in their hometowns. And it's been a great format so far the last 2 years. And they've really been able to build a good fan base in and around the metropolis and around Luzon as well, and even down south to Davao. There's like mix next week. They're wrapping up the season in Davao.
And also it's a 100% success rate whenever Alab Pilipinas goes around town from Davao to Santa Rosa to Bulacan, and it's always automatic that the stadiums get built.
Lish, meanwhile, with a nice crossover, that's freeing up Nugroho for the first jumper to get the 2-0 lead for the Knights.
Nugroho getting a lot of minutes right now, especially in the latter part of their season.
Parks, back to Balkman. Sees the lane. Balkman up with a left hand, gets the friendly bounce on the rim.
That is the versatility of a Ronaldo Balkman. He is a natural scorer, so if he beats you to that first step, he will make you pay.
Jensen at the wings for the Knights. Lish gets a double team again from the pick and roll defense of Alabanza. Williams fakes it off. Gets Alabanza to bite. That's a foul as it drives down the lane.
That is what Brian Williams likes to do, even though he's a center, but then, you know, he's really employing that wingman game, so he likes to take it up top, you know, make the defenders bite and possibly get those fouls.
Lish again, pick and roll there with Edwards this time. To the corner to Jensen. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Edwards knows this, takes a shot. Off the mark, Balkman with a big rebound. Looking for Brownlee. Always a crowd favorite. Brownlee down the middle. Kicks it out to Balkman, wide open, 17-footer. That's short. Lish gets the rebound and off to the races he goes. Lish bounce pass to Edwards, taken away by Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Parks now 2-on-2 against Jensen. Fade away off the glass, too strong. Brownlee gets the loose ball. Back to Parks. Lots of contact, no foul called. And Parks says, I'll just tip it in and get my 2 points the hard way.
Well, recycling that basketball is Alab Pilipinas, not giving up on those plays, and Ray Parks made sure that he got that bucket in.
4-2 is the lead for Alab Pilipinas. Lish, very tough fadeaway. Step back three-pointer, almost goes in though. Balkman, hesitation move right down the middle. Out to Parks. from the right corner. That three-pointer is long. Leash with another rebound. Williams to Negroho. Williams pulls up for three. That's short. Balkman again with the board. Alperona trying to look up. Alabante not looking. There he is. Now he looks. Now he gets blocked though by Williams.
That was a heavyweight block with Brian Williams.
Edwards out to Jensen. Negroho from the same spot he made his first 2 points earlier. This time way off the mark. Got a last touch on Williams. And we'll turn it over now to Bea Dias to tell us what was the game plan for both these teams as we enter the final home stretch of the regular season. Bea?
TJ and Migs, with still 2 games left in the elimination round, Alab Pilipinas is already one step ahead with their playoff mentality. As Coach Jamila Pag puts it, it's playoff time. So what's most important for their team is to gain momentum coming into the semifinals regardless of their position in the standings. But what matters most for the coaching staff is for Alab to play their true brand of basketball, which is focusing on defense, which allows them to run and push the ball while always looking for that best extra pass. So expect Javelona and Pamba Yermundo to man the backcourt duties, with Urbistondo still out for 1.5 weeks due to his hamstring injury. Now adding to the injury list would be Robbie Celis with a sprained PCL, which is actually the posterior ligament of the knee or the back of the knee. So that's all for now. Back to you, TJ and Migs.
Thanks, Bea. So a couple of injuries that Alab will have to deal with before they make that playoff run as well. And as we mentioned earlier, makes a chance for the guys off the bench to show their stuff. Brownlee with the steal here. Finds Balkman trailing. Back to Brownlee. Puts it up and in for an 11-2 lead for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And because of that quick lead, it's a timeout for the CLS Knights. We'll be right back with your ABL. Some very excited and happy fans filling up the Caloocan Sports Complex here. They were early, Migs, right? They were here as early as, what, 5 p.m.?
Yes, and 4 hours before. It was just unfortunate, though. It was a hot day today, and then suddenly the rain poured. Well, they were all outside, but then good thing these basketball-hungry fans are just here supporting Alab Pilipinas in the Caloocan Sports Complex.
Well, they got a lot of fans talking about Alab Pilipinas, and the people of Caloocan indeed are many of them, and you can see clearly how they've packed the house tonight and helping Alab, being inspired to take this 7-point lead, 9-2. But Edwards has some other ideas. Pops his first 3-pointer of the night. Cuts the lead down to 4.
You know, TJ, one thing for Alab Pilipinas is they must not take the CLS Knights for granted. Even though they are already out of playoff contention, the teams that are most dangerous are the ones that have nothing to lose.
Absolutely. They play relaxed. They want to play the spoilers role. Parks to Balkman. Trapped in the paint. Out to Parks. Pulls up for 3. It's off to the left. And Edwards gets the board. Ish. Looking downstairs. That passes is too strong. Looking for Negroho.
Well, if the Alab Pilipinas have a depleted lineup due to injuries, the CLS Knights also playing without Maro Buisang. And they're local in B-Boy Engio. He is a Filipino, but then
Filipino-Indonesian.
Filipino-Indonesian.
So he can play for, I guess, Alab or Indonesia as a local. Balkman in the paint, out to Brownlee from the parking lot. Brownlee with a long 3-pointer there.
And you saw that shot by Justin Brownlee, pure confidence. You just know.
Feeling it there from way downtown is Brownlee. He gets a steal, looks up ahead to Parks, just has Nish to beat. Dipsy-do layup is good, and 5 quick points there for Alab Pilipinas.
Great recognition right there for Justin Brownlee, not giving up on that basketball. He recognized that his man was cutting, so he was there to anticipate that steal.
And with a crowd chanting defense, they command their team to get another steal. Can Parks save the possession? He does. Brownlee gets a screen from Alabanza. Out to Balkman, 15-footer. Williams at the board, and he comes down with the ball to Edwards with a big slam as he gets by Balkman there, who just let him go.
Well, one maybe observation from the CLS Knights is sometimes they get beat in the first half, but then they have that resilience characteristic. So when it comes to the second half, they just really pour out their runs. Maybe also if the Alab Pilipinas let go, that can happen.
Handsy dribbling there by Brownlee to break free from his defender with the oohs and ahs of the crowd, but no basket. Meanwhile, Jensen goes up hard against Alabanza, and he will draw a foul, and the Phil-Am will go to the free throw line. Let's take a look at that fast break led by the two-year-old import Edwards with a throw down there. In the light of the crowd, even though he's the opposing team. We got a bunch of substitutions, but before that, we got a quick timeout as well. We'll be back for more of your ABL. Welcome back to SNA. We're coming to you live from the Caloocan City Sports Complex with a bunch of animated fans here who are just so excited to see live ABL action right in front of their eyes. And one of these guys who have been full of that so far tonight and full of aggressiveness is Ronaldo Balkman, and Big C is still, as they say, a beast, and he had big numbers against the Saigon Heat.
Well, this guy has always been reliable for Alab Pilipinas, and let us take note. You know, Alab Pilipinas was in a slump before these guys came in, and Ronaldo Balkman just proving, you know, to the Philippines that he is back. He's back here with a vengeance, wanting to prove himself, and clearly being consistent for Alab Pilipinas.
Back with a vengeance, but with a lot of focus as well. It's one thing to be full of
just
energy,
on the court.
exactly, full of energy and aggressiveness, but you know, be a loose cannon as he was before. That caused him some trouble, but he's back now. Philippine basketball giving him a second chance, and they have welcomed him with open arms, and he has reciprocated with some great performances. And now the big challenge, as he knows, is to potentially lead this team all the way to the top of the ABL, and that is not going to be an easy order, as you've got some big heavyweight teams that are also seeded in the playoffs, which are coming soon.
Well, technically, DJ, the top 4 teams, Chongson Kung Fu, Hong Kong Eastern, Mono Vampire, and Alab Pilipinas, they all have a shot in making that first
Top two.
place. Yeah, the top 2, because technically, Chongson Kung Fu could slide to 14-6. Alab Pilipinas could go up to 14-6, provided that they win these next games. And Ronaldo Balkman goes easy, threading the needle for that layup.
A little too easy there for Balkman as he slices through that lackluster transition defense there of the CLS Knights. Williams on the baseline gets the door shot by Balkman, blocked from behind by Domingo, but Edwards is there to clean up the mess. Parks to Raimundo, wild in that shot. Here come the Knights. Hidayat to Williams with the floater, too strong. Parks to the rebound, he's down. Like the bump. Shaking it off though is Parks. Raimundo to Balkman at the wing. Inside they go to Domingo. Spins baseline, runs out of space, but is that a foul? It looks like it's going to be a foul on the baseline.
First foul, second team. 14 on the
That's going to be a Caton Bastoro.
for Indonesia.
Balkan inside. Gets partially blocked. Well, it's Brownie rather. Brownie never giving up on that play, completing his own miss.
Well, it is key with Justin Brownlee and Ronaldo Bachmann that they are quicker and faster compared to the two world imports of the CLS Knights. It's just really key for them to beat them to that first step.
Meanwhile, the teamwork between Williams and Edwards is showing, Mick, that they're finding each other, you know, with an interior passing time and again so far here. First quarter.
As you saw, Brownlee had that quick advantage with that first dribble, just causing Brian Williams just to stay back, not recovering on defense.
Here's that nice passing inside between the two world imports of the CLS Knights. A bunch of substitutions coming in the game for both these squads. Malinog now in the game, as well as the ageless Don Tiveros coming in, giving a rest for Brownlee and Parks respectively, as Alab so far with an 18-9 lead here.
And for those watching around Facebook Live with the ASEAN Basketball League page, you know, watching outside of the Philippines, this guy, Don Tiveros, is ageless. He's 40 years old. Still very active, still very in condition. Still can shoot the lights out.
Yep. Incredible the way he's kept himself in shape. Still competitive. And of course, his many years of experience in the pros and as well with the national team. He's going to be, you know, really appreciated here with this young squad of Alab Pilipinas, especially the locals. Raimundo, thought three, gets it closer, running jumper off one leg is good.
That is pure confidence from Pambay Raimundo. He knows that, you know, he will be filling in that spot for Josh Urbistondo, and he will be playing more minutes as he's coming off a great game against the Saigon Knights.
Check it out again there, one step in from a three-point line, and he decides to go up off one leg. 20-10 is the lead for Alab Pilipinas. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Caton to Edwards. Faking off Domingo. Tough fadeaway there. Williams to the big board, but he can't get a follow-up straight to the rim. Raimundo to Balkman. Tap pass. He was looking for Domingo. They had the right thing in mind with a quick transition of passing, but just a little too behind on Domingo there.
And also great for Alab Pilipinas because they ran down the floor right away, leaving Brian Williams behind. And that will be their advantage if the imports can get to the paint early, get that height in.
Edwards for three. That's off the mark. Another rebound for Williams. This time he missed the tip in, and Balkman straight ahead. Sumalino for the finish.
There you go, because there are no shot blockers if Brian Williams keeps on lagging behind.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the reasons probably Balkman is always aggressive. Once he gets the rebound, he wants to run down right away, try to beat Williams down the court. Meaning Williams tees up a three, and that's off the mark.
You can make him shoot that all day.
Yep. Challenge him with that all night. Meanwhile, at the other end, Balkman. Hand off to Raimundo. Another nice jump from the baseline. Smooth looking jumper there.
Back-to-back jumpers by Pamboy Raimundo.
I saw a fifth clincher by Coach Jimmy Alapag. Very happy with the contribution so far of one of his backup point guards. Williams, another set shot. Closer this time. Still short. He gets the rebound though, and he follows up his own miss.
Well, that is the defense of Ronaldo Bachmann. He's just sagging down, making Brian Williams shoot. He'd prefer Brian to make those jump shots compared to driving it inside.
Game clock winding down. Sumalino knows it. Tries to beat the buzzer. That is way off the mark, but that'll end a successful first quarter for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They double up on the CLS Knights as the hot shooting of Ray Parks, Brownlee, and Balkman help Alab Pilipinas erect this 12-point lead as they are up 24-12 after one quarter. And we'll be back for more of your ABL here on SNA.
Ready. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to your ABL, and this is what we get treated to during the quarter breaks, as we get some fun and games and some lucky fans who are challenged with their agility to not get too dizzy, and their shooting prowess as well. A couple of guys hit some three-pointers though, makes amidst that spinning
Well, what is key for that? Even though you're dizzy, it's just really about muscle memory.
Yep, and
yes.
keep shooting. Alrighty.
Maybe Steph Curry and Klay Thompson do that in practice.
Maybe. Meanwhile, speaking of muscle memory, the CLS Knights need more of that, as they're down by 12 as we begin the second quarter here. And right away, there is an issue with the shot clock. The ref stops play, and he says, hang on, shot clock above the rim has to be working. There you go, looks like they got it to go. So shot clock says 20.
Coach Coco Nugroho opting to play his locals extended minutes.
As you say that, Williams now gets a substitution. And he'll be getting a rest.
He should be resting because he's exhausted. He might be a liability to the defense.
Although he already had some challenges keeping up with Balkman in transition. Let's see how the locals can step up as well. Balkman swings it out to an open Dondon Ontiveros for 3.
Still, Cebuano hot shot, raining threes.
You can sense the anticipation of the crowd whenever he catches the ball from three-point range. Just so much excitement that he brings to the game. The Knights, meanwhile, down now by 15 points. Edwards thought of answering a three, goes closer. Difficult shot, losing his balance. February with the loose ball recovery, back to Edwards, and they draw the foul.
Well, Shane Edwards has to work double time here because Brian Williams is currently sitting on the bench. As we can see, this great pass by Ronaldo Bachman to an open Dondon Ontiveros. Pure confidence on that three-point shot.
Edwards has been very active around the board. Getting some loose balls. Nice cuts, drop passes as well. Missing the second free throw. Raimundo in a hurry though, pushing the pace. On the floor with him, Ontiveros, Sumalino, Balkman, and Domingo. Parks and Brownlee still getting a rest. Sumalino open, goes to Dondon Ontiveros. That's partially blocked. Domingo with the offensive rebound. That's blocked from behind by Edwards. The Knights moving the ball around. Jensen in the corner, back to Edwards to the opposite corner. Edwards' three-pointer is nothing but net.
Shane Edwards playing the center position, but he can also shoot from a three-point line. As you can see, Coach Coco Nugroho matching up with the height and speed of Alab Pilipinas. Keith Jensen playing the 4 against Lawrence Domingo.
27-16, 11-point lead for Alab Pilipinas. Pampo Raimundo, pull-up jumper short. Edwards quickly up ahead there to Mascoro for the easy layup.
And so far so good for Coach Coco, matching up with the speed and quickness, resulting to fast break points.
Katon Mascoro there with that transition basket for the Knights. Balkman drives hard, challenging the defense there of Edwards. He gets the loose ball recovery. Lucky break there for Ronaldo Balkman. You know, turn you over back to Bea Diaz, who will be giving us another report this time most likely on the Knights. Bea, what's up?
TJ and Migs, despite bowing out of the elimination round early, the CSL Knights still remain positive. As Coach Coco mentioned to me earlier, his goal for his team is actually to get that 7th spot at the end of the elimination round and banking on their 2-game winning streak. As Keith Jensen mentioned to me, the reason for their winning is actually just enjoying the game and involving everyone in their play. So that's exactly what they needed to do tonight to address their slow start. As Coach Coco asks for a sense of urgency from his players. As you mentioned, TJ, they want to play the spoilers role tonight, so let's see their necessary adjustments in the rest of the quarter. Back to you, TJ and Mix.
All right, thanks, Bea. We will indeed see how Coach Coco shuffles his players and motivates them. And that's always a tough challenge, Mix. So, you know, you're eliminated, you want to come in, play the spoilers role. It's okay at the start, but once you're down big, that's the hard part as a coach. You try to dig deep and try to make your boys fight harder and still not give up on the game. February with a floater. Off the mark, Williams is back in the game. He swallows another big rebound and another putback for big Brian Williams. Meyerhofer inside the game now, almost with a freebie. Kick it back out to Balkman for 3. That's too strong. February with the rebound. Hidayat inside. Edwards wide open from 15 feet. Missing that jumper. Lead is only 9 for Alab Pilipinas. Brownlee thought about the 3. Gets past Edwards. Brownlee floater off the glass is good.
Great drive by Justin Brownlee, recognizing that defense. He could have, you know, went for that strong drive, but then good choice by the floater.
Good spacing as well for Alab Pilipinas, giving Brownlee that ability to create. February down low to Williams against Balkman. Williams opts to go glass. Too strong. And again, Raimundo pushing the pace for Alab Pilipinas. They're up by 11. Meyerhofer, he's thinking 3. Meyerhofer, just a bit short. Williams again bringing the ball down for the Knights. Bounce pass off somebody's leg, and that looks like it's off an Alab player. We'll go back to the Knights. Back in the game now is Freddie Lish, Parks, as well as Havilona for Alab. Jensen back in the game as well for the Knights. Down low. Out to Edwards in the corner. Edwards barrels his way through. No call there either way. 3-on-2 break. Parks with the 2 imports. Back to Parks. Flicks it up. That's short. And they could not get through the 2-man defense of the Knights.
But still an 11-point lead being joined by Alab Pilipinas.
Jensen decides to pop for 3 as the pick and roll defense decides to go underneath. And don't look down, Mick. It's only an 8-point game, 31-23.
Well, what is important for the CLS Knights, they've been down by so many times, you know, before the halftime. It's important for them to prevent Alab Pilipinas from gaining any momentum.
Brownlee, short on that 3-pointer. Big board by Balkman, blocked by Edwards. Another block by Edwards. But this time Balkman will go to the free throw line.
Well, good intentions there by Shane Edwards. It's important for him not to be intimidated by Brownlee nor Balkman, showing them who's boss also on the defensive end.
There's a defensive lapse by Alab Pilipinas, not respecting the 3-point range of Jensen. Meanwhile, Balkman block number 1, and then block number 2, although comes with a foul.
Technically, there were 2 blocks.
That's right. There was also partial block by Jensen, not just Edwards. So he got blocked 3 times there. Now the Balkman has been a steady force for Alab Pilipinas. 30 big points in his last game against the Saigon Heat. They're going to need big, big games like that from him as they enter the playoffs. Jensen back to Lish. Having trouble getting away from Havilona, who's known to be one of the stickiest defenders here in the Philippines. Steal by Balkman. Havilona gives it back to Balkman. Thank you.
Great defense by Balkman and Havilona, just right there, sticking to their men.
And a traveling call here on Brian Williams as he lifted his pivot foot before putting the ball on the floor. And we got a timeout as Alab Pilipinas up by 12. We'll be back with more of your ABL. Well, this video went viral a few weeks ago, and that is Rice Aguirre. What a lucky guy. He was able to go one-on-one against Justin Brownlee in his backyard court. Gets a dunk in his face as well, as Domingo was there with him, just enjoying that moment. But even if he gets dunked on, he's happy. That's Rice right there. They brought him all the way from San Juan, and they brought him here to enjoy a home game of Alab Pilipinas. He's laughing it off, but he's enjoying the bit of fame he got, Migs. How rare is that you get a chance to play one-on-one on the streets?
Well, I got to talk to Rice a while ago, and he was just telling us that it was just really random. When Justin Brownlee, Josh Urbistondo, and Lawrence Domingo pulled up, and they said, one-on-one? We're like, okay. And then I guess we'll hear more about that story later on at halftime.
What a fun moment there for any fan to have a chance to be up close and personal and to play some one-on-one with somebody like Justin Brownlee. Meanwhile, 13-point lead or 12-point lead here for Alab Pilipinas, but the 14 is Bachman hits the jumper.
Well, credit that jab step, causing Brian Williams to step back, getting some space, open jumper.
Williams in the paint, gets double teamed. They swing it out. Jensen pops her three from the wing. That is good.
Back-to-back threes for Keith Jensen.
Avelona. Balkman just inside the three-point line. That's no go. Meyerhofer working hard for the offensive rebound. There's a foul. And it's gonna go on Meyerhofer.
Well, clear loose ball foul there on Rico Meyerhofer. As we can see, this jab step. Brian Williams getting late, not challenging that shot by Renato Balkman.
Speaking of Balkman, Mix, he's nearing a triple-double already. He's got 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. And we still have 3 minutes to go here in the second half, so he's on pace.
Well, what's incredible, TJ, is that 5 assists. Even though he's a scorer, he's also a passing big man.
Never hesitant to give up that extra pass to find his teammates in a better scoring position. 37-28. Steal by Jensen, taken away again by Havilona. Spinning inside, gets the harm and the foul, and the basket is good. No. It went through the ring. The referee says no count.
A great spin move right there, but I think, you know, from this play, he stopped for a bit.
Yeah, I'd say count. He got fouled already in the spin.
Well, it's arguable that it wasn't a one-motion type, so maybe the referee.
That was a bit of a pause.
Yes.
When he was pulled down. So we understand. There's a point there, but
in principle, it should have been. Yeah.
Parks on the post up, he draws a shooting foul, that's for sure. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. As Parks has a quiet 7 points in the game.
But I think Ray Parks, you know, all throughout the season, he's been relieved. You know, comparing to last season where he was just the main go-to guy for scoring.
So much
now,
pressure in him.
Yes. Now you have Brownlee, you have Bachman, you got guys like Raimundo, Avelona stepping up. You know, Josh Urbistondo makes also those occasional threes. Lawrence Domingo, of course, we cannot miss that guy out. And it's just a well-balanced offense for Alab Pilipinas, and that is why they got their 7 to 8 game winning streak.
And you got to give it to them. It's. I mean, aside from the fact that you got Brownlee and Balkman, 2 established veterans who can play very, very well, you still have to gel with these guys. You still have to play team defense. You still have to do a lot of things that is not easy to just learn mid-season, and they did that very quickly. And they racked up all those wins that vaulted them up to the top of the standings. Meanwhile, Jensen with a nice pass inside to the cutting Brian Williams, and he gets the bucket plus the foul from Rico Meyerhofer. He gets a three-point play.
One of the rare baskets by Brian Williams. He's been hounded all game long.
It's only a 7-point lead for Alab Pilipinas here as the CLS Knights just don't go away. Not allowing Alab Pilipinas to break this game wide open. Avilona pops for three. Avilona hits the three. And just like that, it's back to an 11-point lead for Alab Pilipinas with under 2 minutes to go in the half. Leash spins around, gets away from Avilona, who taps the ball away. And we got another timeout, this time for the CLS Knights. Your ABL will be right back here on SNA. Welcome back to your ABL, coming to you live from the Caloocan City Sports Complex with a jam-packed crowd. Fantastic crowd here on hand to cheer on the home team, the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They're just a little hungry, but these guys are excited. They're happy. See, when they see themselves on TV, they've been enjoying every moment here.
Well, it's rare that you get to have your hometown heroes here at your gym.
Exactly. I did say what. If they're one of the gyms that they rotate around, then mostly we have twice in a year, right?
Yeah.
So when they come, you better come out and have a chance to see your idols live and cheer them on. Talking about Alab Pilipinas. Meanwhile, Williams with a strong drive. And a flick shot there by Nugroho. 41-33, back to an 8-point lead for Alab Pilipinas. Avilona for another three. Too strong. Williams to the board.
Well, overall, that was a good possession because Parks could have opted for that floater, but trusting Migdat Avilona with an open three, nonetheless, it was a good shot.
Meanwhile, on the other end, not a great shot from Leash there. So force a three-pointer. Williams talking to him. Say, most likely be patient, look for the pick and roll. 1:19 to go here in the first half. Parks to Balkman at the elbow. Opposite wing to Brownlee. Swinging around, Avilona. Ball taken away. And here they come.
Chase down!
Chase down blocked by Ray Parks. I thought that was going to be an easy layup there. And he is down and winded. There's going to be an injury timeout here by the refs as Wishu, that Wisnu's layup was totally erased by Ray Parks.
Well, I saw it in Ray Parks' eyes when he was sprinting down on defense, and he was going to go for this block.
So
right
there's
there.
the big block. Oh, and he got hit on the forehead by Parks.
And also, and there was a whiplash.
Whiplash on the floor too, so he really got winded there.
But then overall, Ray Parks showing a tremendous amount of sportsmanship, even though the play was going on. Clearly no intention to hurt.
He walks it off. Talking about Anak Agu Wisnu.
I hope he's okay. What was dangerous about that fall is his head.
Yep.
Hit the hard court.
So first of all, he got to hit the forehead from the block. The follow through on the block. And then as he landed, His head did hit his back of his head did hit the court, but he seems to be okay, just catching his breath. He says he's okay.
Also interesting, TJ, Santi Kernyawan for our coach Coco Nugroho is still yet to see action today, if I'm not mistaken. One of the first fives for Coach Coco.
You're right, we haven't seen him today. Meanwhile, Lish decides to pull up from way downtown. That's too strong. Parks and Meyerhofer finally get that defensive rebound. Balkman is down. And he is in pain right here, clutching on to his left ankle. This is not what you want to see as you're heading towards the playoffs. You don't want to see another injury to a key player. Balkman is still down. We didn't see what happened, but it looks like he was running down and stepped on an opponent's foot. That's my best guess, because he didn't jump.
Yes.
There was no jumping action.
And he was, Herman Nugroho was guarding Ronaldo Bachman. I guess it was just a freak accident.
Let's see,
something out of momentum.
The ball was on the other side, so our camera was not pointed on that side of the court just yet. But we'll see if we can get a replay of that.
Looks like it really hurts because he's really grimacing in pain right now. Yeah. Something you cannot afford, especially if you're going for that number 1 or number 2 spot.
We'll see how he is. We'll be getting an update later from Bea to see what they see with the ball. But meanwhile, Pao Habilona also goes down hard here as he's also clutching to his ankle. Coach Jimmy Lepag now complaining of an undercut from the defense. Let's take a look at that again.
Just as we were talking about Balkman's foot, next possession,
Here's
TJ.
that three-pointer by Avilona. There's Lish with the extension, but it didn't really look like he went underneath. There was contact definitely from Lish, but he was stepping out to try to defend him.
Yes.
But the fall, but the landing motion of Avilona as well was not straight up and straight down. He had his foot kind of extend out as well a bit.
And when he landed, he really twisted his right foot.
Yep.
So the impact from that jump shot.
But it wasn't on the landing.
Yes,
it wasn't a step forward. He already made the landing. He already made the landing. And then there was a bit of a forward motion where their 2 feet connected.
Well, you know, in basketball, you would know if there's some intention. If a player really extended his foot.
Yeah.
But then from that defensive play,
Didn't look like it.
Yeah, it did look like it. It was just Freddie Leash was there a step late.
Yeah, he was a step late trying to beat the screen, go under the screen. But it was a 3-point shot made. It's another 3-pointer for Pao Habilona, up 3 to 11 points. But you see Balkman hopping his way to the locker room on the other side now.
Currently, it is Rob Celis, Josh Urbistondo, now Ronaldo Bachman, and Pao Habilona.
Might not be available for this game. Yeah, we'll see. But we see now Habilona walking on his own, on both feet. It's Balkman who had to hop on one leg to the locker room. We'll see if they just look at that and possibly retape it if he wants to give it a go. Lish gets away from Parks. Lish straight to the basket. 1 second to go. Brownlee knows it. Heaves his one from half court, and that'll do it. 44 to 33. It is an 11-point lead for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, who still can't get that big lead against the CLS Knights as they keep hanging in there. But there were a lot of interesting plays here in that second quarter. Makes some hustle plays for the Knights and some great plays as well for Alab Pilipinas.
Pao Habilona has been big all game long, as we can see this big jam by Ronaldo Bachman. But then he's going to be a big factor, Pao Habilona, if he doesn't get to go back in this game.
Lish as well had his moments with his aggressiveness and some hustle baskets from other players like Nugroho as well. And Habilona hit a pair of 3-pointers in the second quarter too to help keep that lead for Alab Pilipinas. And of course the big chase down block by Bobby Ray Parks Jr. And we've got an 11-point lead at the half, 44-33. Stay with us here in SNA as we break down this first 2 quarters with you for more of your ABL.
Lloydie. Luigi, 21, okay.
Mga kapamilya, it's everyone's dream to be up close and personal with their basketball idol. What more for them to go one-on-one with them? Well, last 2 weeks ago, it was a very lucky day for Rice Aguirre because a video went viral on social media of him playing one-on-one with Alab Pilipinas' own Justin Brownlee. So kasama ko ngayon si Rice Aguirre. Rice, so fresh na fresh pa ang video. Ano ba talaga nangyari? Paano mo nakalaro si Justin Brownlee?
Naglalaro po kami sa amin, bigla pong kakatapos na po namin maglaro ng mga kaibigan ko, tapos po biglang may sumisigaw po sa amin ng one-on-one na nakasakay sila sa kotse. Tapos po, nagulat po kami, akala po namin kung sino po yung naghahamon sa amin. Biglang pong bumaba po silang tatlo. Bigla po nagulat po kami, yung miyembro po ng Alab ng Pilipinas. Nagulat po kami, tatlo po kasi sila eh. Bigla po naming sinalubong, tapos po, bigla po naghamon sila ng laro. Tapos yun na po, nag-game po kami.
Ayan, so natalo mo ba si Justin Brownlee?
Hindi po eh.
Justin, he was mentioning to me that you really made him lose in that game. So what happened? Tell me what happened in that game.
Well, I give him a lot of credit. You know, he gave me a tough game. He hit me with a couple of nice moves and stuff, so he really made me, bring my A game there at the end. So I didn't want to lose to him, but it was just all fun. I seen the guys playing, outside in their neighborhood, and they looked like they were just having so much fun and playing with a lot of passion. They was very competitive, so I just wanted to stop and have some fun with them, and it was very exciting.
Actually, Justin, this is my first time to encounter a player just going down suddenly and playing with a bunch of other players on the street. So what was going inside your mind when you saw them playing?
It just reminded me when I was a kid. I seen them playing. They was playing, outside. I think they might even had their cellos on and things like that. But I just seen their passion and love for basketball they was playing, and I just wanted to, come enjoy a good time with them, and that's what I did.
Well, it's very big for you to do that. Justin Brownlee, actually may gift pa siya para sa'yo ngayon. So what will you be giving him tonight?
Well, I want to give him a shirt, Alab Pilipinas shirt, and just sign it for him. Hopefully you enjoy it, man.
Ayan, so ano bang pakiramdam na after 2 days pa lang, 2.3 million views na ang video mo at talagang once in a lifetime opportunity na to. Ano yung gusto mong sabihin kay Justin Brown?
Maraming salamat po dahil hindi po namin expect na makakalaro po namin siya at biglaan lang din po. Salamat rin po sa kanya dahil po isang karangalan na makalaro yung isang magaling na basketball player sa ating bansa.
Okay, so more power to you, Justin Brownlee, at salamat sa pagpunta. Back to you, TJ and Mix. mga Kamila, welcome back to the halftime report between Alab Pilipinas up 44-33 against the CSL Knights. At kasama ko ngayon ang Mayor ng Caloocan, si Mayor Oka Malapitan. So first of all, Mayor, congratulations for a jam-packed gym in tonight's game. So ano ba ang feeling na first time mo mag-host ng Alab Pilipinas game?
Well, malaking karangalan para sa aming mga taga-Caloocan na makita, hindi lamang sa Caloocan, maging sa buong Asia na siguro ang aming sports complex.
Ayan, so sa pagdating ng mga tao at jam-packed talaga ang gym na to, do you expect that we will have more games held here in Caloocan City?
It will be an honor for us. You are most welcome here para mabigyan naman natin ng kasiyahan ng mga taga-Caloocan.
Ayan, so enjoy the rest of the game and we hope to see you soon. Back to you, Migs and TJ.
Muli natin pinapasalamatan ang mga namumuno sa Caloocan City, pinangungunahan ni Mayor Oscar Malapitan, Vice Mayor Mata Assistant Third, Congressman Alan Malapitan, City Administrator Engineer Oliver R. Hernandez, and Councilors Tina Sisto, Jane Africa, Rose Mercado, Ali Lubna, and PJ Alonso sa pagdala ng ASEAN Basketball League Season 8 dito sa Caloocan City.
Welcome back to the Caloocan City Sports Complex with a jam-packed crowd enjoying the action here with Alab Pilipinas up ahead by 11 points, 44-33 against the visiting CLS Knights Surabaya in your ABL. Good evening once again. TJ Manotoc together with Mix Bustos and Bea Diaz on the call for ABS-CBN Sports. Thank you for joining us live on SNA. And Mix, it was an entertaining first half. If you are a fan of Alab Pilipinas, they got some contribution across the board. But let's look at the stats and see exactly how they fared and what they did well and what maybe they can improve on.
Well, one of the biggest handicaps for Alab Pilipinas is playing without their starting point guard in Josh Urbistondo and Pamboy Raimundo and Pau Habilona were there to fill in the gaps. But then right now, Ronaldo Bachman and Justin Brownlee just really, providing the numbers as usual and also contributing to their cause is Ray Parks also. And at the same time, JR Alabanza starting for Alab Pilipinas. As we can see, very excited fans here at the Caloocan Sports Complex. Lined up for hours just to get inside with a capacity of 3,000. Just really enjoying the games. As right now, TJ, the halftime stats, 42% for Alab Pilipinas, making 18 field goal attempts, or making 18 out of the 42 field goal attempts, while the CLS Knights are currently at 38%. Rebounds and assists, not too much, of a big difference, 25 to 22, 11 and 11 in terms of assists. But then maybe the biggest factor was that San Miguel Alab Pilipinas only committed 4 turnovers, and that converted to 13 turnover points compared to only 5 by the CLS Knights. And clearly, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas taking advantage of the woes when it comes to ball handling of the CLS Knights.
Well, it is indeed the hustle points of the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas team, forcing more turnovers, converting more turnover points, as they have done that in the first half. Can they keep that up in the second half, especially with the potential of Ronaldo Balton not playing the rest of this game? We'll find out when we come back right here in SNA. It is a 44-33 lead at the half for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. The question is, can they sustain this lead without their other world import, Ronaldo Balton, who has 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists so far in this game. Still do not see him on the bench. And later on, we'll most likely be getting an update from Bea Diaz on his condition. The other guy who was injured earlier on a play was also grabbing his ankle, Pau Havilona. Higgs is back on the court. We saw him warming up. Whether he'll play or not is answered right now because he's the starting 5 for the second half.
Well, good thing for Paulo Havilona that injury wasn't serious, and clearly Freddy Leash had no intention of leaving a foot injuring Paulo Havilona.
Yep.
And good thing he's back, because if he won't be back, it will be big shoes to fill for Pamboy Raimundo. It's going to be hard to fill in that point guard gap.
All alone.
Yes.
Finish the whole game. Just remember, we were talking about it. Josh Obistondo is still out as well with his injury. Meanwhile, here come the Knights. Can they chop this lead down? Can they take advantage of the absence of Ronaldo Balkman. Lish can't get away from Abilona. Lish passes it to his coaching staff accidentally.
Well, TJ, just a little bit of trivia. Coming into this game, Brian Williams is 29 points away from reaching 1,000 points. Credit that trivia to Mr. ABL, TK Kulsumbu.
It's TK.
Yes, TK, watching all the way from, I guess, Thailand or Malaysia.
A hugging foul there. Oh, picked up by Ray Parks. That's on number 27, Dima Ardiancia, who just came in the game here in the second half. So Coach Coco digging deep in his bench, giving a lot of guys chances to play. Alabanza out to Abilona. Gets a screen. Shot clock winding down. He knows he has to take this one. Way short as he had to put that up in front of the towering Brian Williams. Coach Jimmy Alab not happy with the way they ran that offense in that last possession. Still 44-33. No team has scored here in the second half. Ardiancia. Inside they go to Brian Williams against Alabanza. Williams gets the contact. He'll go to the free throw line.
Currently, right now, Brian Williams has 7 points, 22 points away from 1,000. Just a month ago, Mario Huisang, his teammate, reached 1,000 points after years in the ABL.
There's a foul clearly on the hand. Alabanza not only trying to challenge the shot, he actually tried to block it. First free throw is good for Brian Williams. Second one trickles in as well as Brian Williams helps cut the lead of Alab Pilipinas down to 9, 44-35. Brownlee gets a screen from Domingo. Out to Alabanza, thought about the jumper, goes closer, difficult twisting shot. Domingo with the loose ball recovery. Abilona open for a three, that's too strong. Brownlee was pushed by Edwards, no call there. Jensen up high against Parks, who played straight up defense and just forced Jensen to a turnover.
Well, no foul call right there because Parks, as you said, played great defense. He was just vertical, as we can see in this replay. Vertical on that defense, just straight up.
That's how you do it, kids. Go straight up with your hands up in the air. No body contact. Meanwhile, no connection there between Havilona and Parks, and Havilona knows it. He did not like the execution on that post-entry pass. Lish using the Brian Williams screen. Lish scooting around everybody. Three-pointer there for Adriancia is way too long. Parks in a hurry on the end. Parks and one. 10 points now for the reigning local MVP. Parks down to the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play. He's gonna have to take more of the scoring duties with Balkman sitting out still. In fact, we don't see Balkman on the bench at all. Parks gets a screen from Domingo. Parks pulls up for three in the right wing, too strong. Domingo with the offensive rebound. Brownlee jacks up a three. That's short. Domingo again around that loose ball, but this time he's called for a foul. You can always expect Domingo to be all over the place.
Well, that is his trademark, the energy guy. He is a baseline operator. Now, this guy doesn't have a jump shot, but then he really works well in the painted area. And also on the defensive end, his heritage import in Lawrence Domingo. Really big for Coach Jimmy Alab and for Alab Pilipinas.
Lish gets the floater to go and the foul. To the complaints of Abilona and Brownlee. Check this out again. He gets the first step. Looks like nobody touched him. The refs say there was a foul.
Ish, the Heritage Player of the Week in the ABL, scored 28 points against their win against the Malaysia Dragons.
Bish missing the free throw to try to complete the three-point play. They're down by 9 still, 46-37. Parks thought about 3, passing off Domingo. Tough shot off the glass is good.
That is what he can do, just operate inside with his post moves.
Williams to Edwards to the top of the key. Jumpers off. Aguilona hustles to that loose ball. To Parks on the left side. Slicing through the defense is Ray Parks, and he will draw another foul.
Well, Bima just really hounding Ray Parks. Putting a warm body inside.
Here's that last play. Domingo with a crafty layup there off the glass.
With that size advantage against the smaller Bima, it was easier for Domingo to get that layup in.
Parks to get the first free throw. He's got 11 points in the game right now, together with 3 rebounds. 2 for 2 for Ray Parks, and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas now with a 13-point lead. 50-37. Lish gets the double team. Lish gets away from Aguilona. He does not get away from Alabanza though, as that layup hit nothing but air. Parks, other side to Brownlee. Brownlee bounced past Domingo. Reverse layup is good!
Well, just as we were talking about it, the value of Lawrence Domingo, not only on defense, but also on offense. Once he can make it work, he can really get the crowd up and also his teammates.
Nice unselfishness there by Justin Brownlee to find his teammates and set them up. Look at this here. He could have pulled up for a jumper there, but he knew Domingo was streaking to the basket and got that reverse layup to go. It's a 16-point lead now. If I'm not mistaken, this is the biggest lead of the game for Alab Pilipinas, Migs.
Just leading big. They need this to solidify their place. If they get this win, they will clinch themselves at the 4th spot. At least a home court advantage in the quarterfinals.
Yep. But beyond that, if they get their next win as well, another win after that, and depending on what happens to Chongsun Kung Fu and
Hong Kong Eastern.
There's a chance that they will be a top 2 team. And if they become a top 2 team, they will get a bye. They will not have to play in the quarterfinals. And the good thing about that makes is, for the injured guys, there's more time to rest. You buy a few days, as you will have to let the quarterfinals go on.
But then we'll have to check this according, to ABL rules. If there are 2 teams that are tied, let's say, if a Chongsun Kung Fu goes at 14-6, Alab Pilipinas goes also at 14-6, there won't be a playoff like here in the UAP or in the NCAA,
yep.
But there will be a goal difference system as Shane Edwards gets a hard layup in. So for Alab Pilipinas, it's just really key for them to win those next 2 games, hoping for that number 1 spot.
Well, we will see how that happens. Meanwhile, we'll be turning over to Bea to give us an update and see if there's any word from the camp of Alab Pilipinas about Ronaldo Balkan. Bea?
TJ and Mix, to give you an injury update, Ronaldo Balkan suffered a high ankle sprain in the 2nd quarter and unfortunately will not be able to return in this game. As for Nico Javelona, he also suffered a sprain but clearly is still able to play. It's actually his first time to start ever in this Alab Pilipinas season, and he wants to repay the trust given to him by Coach Jimmy Alapag, and has clearly been able to do this with 6 points despite being a defensive specialist. On the other end, for CSL Knights, Coach Coco is asking for more energy and effort as Alab Pilipinas is killing them in transition. To address their 9 turnovers in the 2nd quarter, he wants them to have better shot selection and to execute simple plays to cut down the lead. That's all for now. Back to you, TJ and Migs.
All right, thanks, Bea. Well, that is the initial diagnosis on Ronaldo Balkan, a high ankle sprain. Question is, how long does that take to recover? We don't know. As we mentioned, the playoffs are right around the corner for the ABL.
It really depends, DJ, when you take out those shoes, let it cool off, rest it out the next day, on how the sweating will be.
Domingo, floater is off. He gets the loose ball recovery. That's no surprise. To a streaking bump. Brownlee just throwing it down in the face of Brian Williams. Woo! And listen to this crowd roar. What a cut and what a dunk. And the hustle play for Brownlee getting the steal. Raimundo, sidestep, tip it. Domingo, once, twice, third time is a charm. And don't look now. It's back to a 17-point lead for Ale Pilipinas. And Coach Coco and the CSL Knights call for time. We'll be back for more of your ABL. What a run for Ale Pilipinas in the last couple of minutes. That helped them extend this lead back to 17 points as you see Coach Jimmy Alapag emphatically drawing up his plays, reminding his boys what to do to continue to pad on to this lead. And it was plays like this cut by Brownlee and the throwdown. And even on the replay, the fans are enjoying it still here as you have a big screen. And then a fast break play with Raimundo missing the first, Domingo missing the second, but making sure in the third tip in, it's good to go. And the fans here enjoying every moment.
And they should, DJ. They lined up for hours to see their home team dominate. It's really paying off dividends. 17-point lead, one of the biggest leads so far in this ballgame.
See how the CSL Knights will respond to this big run by Ale Pilipinas. Williams swinging around. Some more fresh legs on the court for Coach Coco. Williams at the post. Williams gets double teamed, loses the ball. Here comes Domingo. Out to Parks. He gets a screen from Brownlee. Parks out to Brownlee. Raimundo wide open for the corner three. Why not? Takes the shot, missing that. Domingo once again with the rebound. Brownlee open for three. Nothing but net. 20-point lead now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Great execution on that recycled offense. Ray Parks, you know, being more than just a scorer, but he is the main playmaker, making his teammates look good.
Gemilan missing that corner jumper. A block inside, but there's a foul called. As Edwards throws this down, but that won't count. Man, this Edwards has hops. Here's that three-pointer again by Justin Brownlee. Nothing but net. Brownlee now, 11 points. 14 points actually. Here's a big block by Domingo and Williams. You know, Mix, as we talked about this earlier before we came on air, most ABL teams were very competitive. They only play 7, 8 players, right? The rotation. Today, Coach Coco's already used 12 players. So he's really dug deep in his rotation to get a lot of people involved.
Well, that is one thing Coach Coco said to the media when they got eliminated. He will play more of his local players, just get more exposure in, and hopefully for a better bid next year.
Myhoff missing the baseline jumper. Alabanza hustling there to keep the possession alive and forces Williams to the last touch. Rojo back in the game now for the Knights as he's going to give Williams a break. Parks asking for an isolation here. He gets the ball from Brownlee. Parks on the baseline against Sandy. Fade away by Parks. Tough shot.
Clearly the size really mattered on that matchup, and also the width of Ray Parks with that great post move.
Athleticism as well. Getting that shot over Kuriniwan. Inside, Edwards. Nowhere to go. 65-44, 21-point lead, and still they're diving for loose balls, talking about Alab Pilipinas. And you appreciate those moments even though you're up by 20. You're scrambling for the ball like you're down by 20. Parks, fadeaway jumper, another highlight reel. Ray Parks is putting on a show, 17 points now for him.
And just putting them to school is Ray Parks and Alab Pilipinas.
Three-pointer there for Gemilang. 67-47. Raimundo losing the ball. Here comes Edwards against Brownlee. Edwards blocked by Meyerhofer. Great help defense there by Rico.
A great length also for the lineup now of Coach Jimmy Alapag with long arms and lengthy players.
Brownlee on the corner. Brownlee pulls up for three. Meyerhofer again with the offensive rebound for Alab. Raimundo can't get the floater to go. Last touch though is on a, looks like it's on a 9th player, so it's going to be possession for Alab Pilipinas. Check out this crossover and step back by Ray Parks. Look at that sweet move. So Parks is given a breather now. Sumalino is in the game, and so is Don Tiveros. Raimundo curling off the screen. Shot block down to 10. We've got 2 screens to use. Out to Dondon. Dondon for three. Dondon drains the three.
And just like in the third quarter of their game against the Saigon Heat, they lit it up on fire.
Remember, they had a record 18 three-pointers in that game. It's an ABL record. Edwards goes up for three. That's short. Tiveros with the rebound. In case you're counting, makes 7 threes today for Alab. Still a long way to go if they want to tie the 18. Tiveros inside to Brownlee. Swinging around, Sumalino. His three-pointer off the mark. Another offensive rebound for Alab. Brownlee thought three, drives closer, steps back. Almost beating Edwards. He gets fouled though. Edwards just all over Justin Brownlee. And the fans appreciating the competition here.
It'd be a slight frustration on Shane's end.
Look at that between the legs dribble to keep the possession alive for Justin Brownlee.
But then, you know, in basketball, TJ, the most pivotal periods in the game are the third quarter.
Yep.
Once you get your momentum in, once you outscore your opponent by a big one, it's almost a gimme in the fourth.
Some games are won and lost in the third quarter.
Yep.
Brownlee at the stripe to try to add on to this lead. 71-44. But more than anything, Migs, we got 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the Knights haven't even scored 50 points. So you got to give credit to the defense.
Yes.
Of Alab Pilipinas tonight.
And we were talking about it in the halftime when the Alab Pilipinas were leading in turnovers, only 4 compared to 9 by CLS.
Febri gets some contact from behind from Sumalino. Just 2.6 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
But still a long way to go, even though this is a big lead by Alab Pilipinas. At the same time, you must remember that the CLS Knights are playing with nothing to lose. With a depleted lineup, with a not so healthy lineup. You know, with Celis, Urbistondo, you got Baldman with a high ankle knee sprain or high ankle sprain. And it's really important to be healthy coming into the playoffs, especially that they're playing their last game on Sunday, also against the Knights.
2.6 seconds to go. And out of bounds, that was last touched by Don Tiveros. So 1.6 seconds.
Well, it was touched.
Yeah, because if it wasn't touched, you inbound it on the other end. There's a heave at half court. Hitting the rim for Sandy Cornuan, but that's it for the third quarter. 71-49. It was a highlight reel infested third quarter It's a great move from guys like Robbie Domingo with the hustle inside. The Knights were giving it their all as well, but Ray Parks had different ideas as he was draining threes and hitting step-back jumpers and big slam dunks from guys like Justin Brownlee as well. Helped wreck this big 22-point lead for Alab Pilipinas as Brownlee as well, draining a big triple there to the delight of the crowd, as well as Don Ontiveros, the Cebuano hotshot, his second triple of the night for Alab Pilipinas. 71-49 is the score as we enter the last quarter. We'll be back for more of your ABL. Welcome back to SNA as we enter the fourth quarter of your ABL. TJ Manotok together with Mix Bustos and Bea Diaz at courtside, giving in this game between the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and the CSL Knights Surabaya as we wind down the regular season, nearing the playoffs. Sumalino missing the layup there. Meyerhofer keeping the ball alive, but the Knights take it away. Here they come inside, and they get that foul. Talking about Edwards with a strong drive.
Credit the defense of Rico Meyerhofer. You know, when Shane Edwards went hard for the drive, he was fearless in protecting home court. That was a clear foul though, but then good for Rico Meyerhofer, making Edwards earn his points. That was a good foul by Rico.
He's holding his own against the big guys, and he's getting extended minutes here due to the absence of Ronaldo Balkman. If you just joined us, Balkman suffered a high ankle sprain in the first half, and he has been declared unfit to return tonight at least, and we will see how quickly he can recover before the playoffs begins for Alab Pilipinas. 71-50 is the score, 21-point lead for Alab. Brownlee, bad pass as he intended to kick that one out to Don Ontiveros.
Well, TJ, if we're just doing the math, today's March 21, playoffs will start most likely on April 1st, Easter Sunday.
Okay.
But then it's also vital for them to get, as you mentioned a while ago, to get the #1 or #2 spot so that they could rest longer.
Yep, they get a bye.
Yes.
They don't have to play the quarterfinals. And if I'm not mistaken, that quarterfinals has a format of
Game best of three series.
It's a best of 3 series.
3, 6, and 4, 5.
Yep. That would take a while. It would just take a week if it stretches to 3 games. And then the semifinals will be also best of 3. The finals will be a best of 5. So if you get that bye to the semifinals, you're looking potentially at a rest for we're talking about Balkman, possibly 2 weeks.
But then right now it's still far off because Hong Kong Eastern still has 3 games to go against the Formosa Dreamers, KL Dragons, and the Chongson Kung Fu game. That will be the decider. The last game of eliminations on March 28th.
Williams working hard inside there, gets that off the glass against Alabanza and Brownlee. Lead back down to 19, 71-52. Ontiveros out to Brownlee on the left wing. Gets a screen from Sumalino. Brownlee with the mismatch inside. He's got the much smaller defender. Ontiveros, shot clock winding down. He has to put this one up. That's off the mark. Edwards waits for Williams. To the corner they go to Hidayat. Baseline drive out to Williams. He's thinking three. He's taking three. Rattles in and out. Tiveros with the board out to Sumalino, who's pushing the pace. Alabanza. Raimundo gets the Alabanza screen. Down the middle, drop pass, Sumalino. Difficult shot off the glass against Williams there.
Sumalino showing his different parts of his offense.
Tough shot there.
Known as a three-pointer.
Knight swinging around. Hidayat inside, Edwards losing his balance, but still getting it to flick it up over the rim. 73-54, 7:25 to go in this game. Raimundo gets a screen from Alabanza. He pulls up from just inside the arc. Long two for Alabanza is good. To the delight of his teammates on the bench. 75-54. Hidayat open for three. They left him too wide open there. $75-57. Ray Parks is set to come back in the game. Alabanza, this time he takes one from three-point range. That is way off the mark. Just testing it. He hit a long two earlier. Hidayat, strong drive against Alabanza. He gets the foul. He's going to go to the free throw line.
Well, this is a small and quick lineup. If we're talking of Alab Pilipinas, now you have Raimundo, Sumalino, Contiveros, and right now as Brownlee checks out, Parks, I think, will have to play the 4, while Alabanza will have to play the 5. So a quick lineup against a bigger one compared to the CLS
and
Knights.
both road reports are there, Williams and Edwards.
But I guess this is Coach Jimmy Alapag's way of you know, testing the waters, also establishing some kind of a lineup. You know, a fast but a shooting lineup. You got 4 three-pointers in the court, three-point shooters rather. So maybe that will force the defense out. At the same
see how they
time,
adjust defensively though. That's going to be the challenge.
Yeah.
Parks will have to contend with Edwards for sure, as Alabanza's kind of held his own against Williams tonight, even though Williams does have 16 points and 12 rebounds. Sumalino over to Parks. Gets it right back. Sumalino for three. Nothing but net. And just as you said, that makes the spacing and the three-point shooting capability of these guys on the floor will really benefit them. And now we see a 2-3 zone shown by Alab Pilipinas.
Yes, because they know that they are at the size disadvantage. So might as well just play better team defense by that 2-3 zone. And sure enough, they get that steal.
Sumalino gets it out to Don Tiveros. Back to Sumalino. Inside they go to Bamboy Raimundo, who gets the layup to go. Scrappy ball, but still 2 points is 2 points for Alab Pilipinas. 5:40 to go here in the game. Febri. Back to Hidayat. He's swinging around. Edwards. 3-second violation call there on Brian Williams.
And I like that rotation and that zone defense. You know, Oping Sumalino, he placed the second line of the zone, but then he recovered upstairs. As we can see, the Sumalino 3, he really asked for it. Good thing Alabanza recognized him, you know, flaring to that wing.
Sumalino fade away there is off. Tried to hustle down to get that offensive rebound. Interesting to see how well prepared Alab is to play this 2-3 zone. As Williams drives down and beats that zone, as I say that. And with 5 minutes to go in this game and a 19-point lead for Alab, we'll be finding out if they have, you know, solved that problem of playing well with injured players. And we turn you over back to Bea for another report on the sidelines. Bea?
TJ and Migs, before the game, Coach Jimmy Alapag asked for from his players a playoff mentality, and clearly they've been able to do this with their big double-digit lead. But aside from the statistics, the key to success of a team is all about the intangibles. I'm talking about team chemistry, mindset, and their teamwork. And I've been able to experience this first with their timeouts, I could feel that everyone is pumped up, and with their laser sharp focus in their eyes, everyone urges one another to do even more. So Coach Jimmy Alpag is definitely preparing them to build good habits, to grow as a team, to prepare them for the semifinal round. So for now, let's first take a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
That's Mrs. LJ Alapag right there with an adorable baby. And the hardworking coach, Jimmy Alapag, still as intense as anything. You cannot see what lead they have. You just look at his face. And I was mentioning earlier, Mix, how interesting it is that he's so prepared with that 2-3 zone. And if you think about it, he never really played zone in the PPA, but many, many years with Gilas Pilipinas.
Yes.
That's most likely where he got that experience of playing a zone defense, preparing for a zone, and his international experience has really helped him a lot here, playing, coaching an ABL team. And so far, he's done a great job, and they are in contention here in this 8th season of the ABL.
Well, speaking of international, Coach Jimmy Alapag, if you guys are watching from the ASEAN region, don't know Jimmy Alapag, this guy is a Philippine hero, won so many games, big games for the Philippine team.
Just Google him.
Yeah.
And put Jimmy Alapag Gilas.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of those highlights.
One of the reasons why the Philippines was sent to the World Cup in 2014. Many others, many championships in the pros.
Now he's making his mark as a head coach. Meanwhile, Ontiveros inside there, confusion between Raimundo and Lawrence Domingo. And I've said this many times, I've called him Robbie Domingo many, many times. If Robbie Domingo's watching, he's a good friend. Robbie, what's up, man? I know you can hoop, but you're not as big as Lawrence. And I don't think Lawrence can sing and dance as well as you.
Well, Robbie is a local celebrity here in the Philippines.
Yep. For those watching as well, again, from other countries. Meanwhile, 1864, still Alab Pilipinas working very hard off the glass and on the defensive end with less than 4 minutes to go in this game. Domingo out to Alabanza, open for a 15-footer. Just off the mark there. Justin Brownlee standing on the bench, applauding his teammates, cheering them on, and you like to see that from your world import. 80-66. And floater chops it down to 14. That forces the hand of Coach Jimmy Alapag to bring back Justin Brownlee with 3:25 to go. Parks using the screen of Alabanza, swings it out. Raimundo back to Parks inside. The fake goes up, no foul called. Alabanza gets the loose ball and the bucket. Back to a 16-point lead. The Knights trying to get around this 2-3 zone. Caton tries his hand at the 3, that's off. Here come Alab Pilipinas. Raimundo. Open jumper. Too strong. Williams now. Stutter step. Off the glass. The big man drops to the floor. He's okay. I just want to make sure everybody else is okay. In case he runs over anybody. Huge guy. Let's check out that. No call there, but the nice hustle play by Alabanza.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, we'll have to check this. This guy, ironically, played for the San Miguel Beermen in the ABL.
Okay.
In, back, I think, in 2012. Also check that, I think, won a championship with the Coach Leo Austria in the ABL.
I think Asita Olava was part of the team.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. The ageless wonder. He's the ageless wonder. Asita Olava. And it was because of that great stint in the ABL that Asi made his way back to the PBA.
Yes.
Which is still there now.
He thought he was on his way out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's a 82-67, 15-point lead for Alab Pilipinas. 2:30 to go in this game. Don Tiveros tries for another three-pointer. That is off. Williams. Inside they go to Nugroho. And that'll stay with the Knights. Coach Alapag deciding not to put Brownlee back in the game after all. Yanked him back to the bench. And said, you're done for the night. We need to rest you up and don't want to risk any injury. Williams puts up a three-pointer here. Bullies his way inside. That's short. Tries again. Still no goal.
Well, TJ, it looks like Alab Pilipinas will go up to 13-6.
Yep.
This will cement their status at least in the top 4. They will at least get a home court advantage in the quarterfinals. And it's just going to be up to the Singapore Slingers and the Saigon Heat. They have one game remaining each, and they will go up against each other. So it will just depend on who wins and who will get the number 5 and number 6 spot.
Tough shot there for Ray Parks Jr. as he got that one to go. 84-67, 17-point lead now as Parks is pulled out as well. Great game for him. 19 points for Ray Parks on 7 of 14 shooting from the field. Add to that 5 rebounds and 2 assists for the reigning local MVP. So chalk this win up now for Alab Pilipinas. Up by 17 points, and we're just looking to figure out the final score here. Abelona on the floor with Alabanza, Tiveros, Domingo, and Sumalino. Trying to use as much clock as possible. Abelona, step back. 3-pointers off. Pascoro. Hidayat. Adriancia. They move this ball around against his 2-3 zone. Pascoro is swinging around. Jumper there from the wing for Adrianza is off the mark. So under a minute to go. Coach Jimmy just wants to eat some clock. Crowd already applauding this win for Alab Pilipinas. Even though there is a differential of, I'd say, 20 seconds between game clock and shot clock, so they're going to take this turnover as a shot clock violation, talking about Alab.
CLS Knights will fall to 5 and 14. They have one game remaining. That will be against Alab Pilipinas on Sunday, Santa Rosa, Laguna.
There'll be a chance as well to get those 2 straight wins for Alab Pilipinas. And to try to get that spot, although it's not only in their hands, they need these 2 wins, but we'll see what happens as well as the other teams at the top, is Chongsun Kung Fu and Hong Kong Eastern, how they will fare in their last remaining games to see if Alab has a chance to make it there as one of the top 2 teams and get a bye from the quarterfinals. Straight to the semifinals. Your final score, 84-67. We'll be taking a quick break when we come back. Our post-game awards and as well as some more stats and highlights for you here on your ABL.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Caloocan City Sports Complex. Big win for Alab Pilipinas, 84-67. And of course, this would not have been possible without our best player of the game, who is right now with Bea Diaz. Bea?
Ray Parks, you had 19.7 rebounds and 5 assists. But you know, before the game, Coach Jimmy Alapag actually told me that he wants everyone to have a playoff mentality. So without the outcome of the game, do you think that your team is on track and already prepared for the semifinal round?
Well, I wouldn't say prepared, but everybody was accountable today. Everybody stepped up. We're definitely missing Bulk, Joshua Ristondo, Robbie Celis, and Papa got injured. So right now we just have to do a lot of recovery and make sure they get better for the playoffs, and that's what we're trying to build to right now. And today was definitely a stepping stone and growing towards that.
And as you mentioned, it's a stepping stone, but if ever there are some challenges and some things that you would still like to address to prepare your team for the semifinal round, what would that be?
Well, just continue to have that intensity and stay the character. Like what Coach Jimmy said, this is our character of basketball. We play defense, we run up and down the floor when we share the basketball. That's what we're best at right now. And we just have to continue to grow from there and continue to just implement his system and his style of play and what he wants us to do on the floor.
Okay, so congratulations once again and enjoy your win. Back to you, TJ and Migs.
Alrighty, thanks, Bea, and congrats, Ray. Great game today, and rest up, as we all know your fans want you to get that next win on Sunday against this very same team. As now, Migs, let's take a look at updated team standings, what's happening right now, and so that the fans can get a visual picture of just how close Alab is to getting up there to the top 2 spots.
All right, currently Mono Vampire and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas are tied at 3rd and 4th. So more or less, they're sure of that seeding coming into the quarterfinals, but then Alab Pilipinas wants to get to that 14th win and hope that Chongson Kung Fu loses to Hong Kong Eastern, and also if they go for a 4-way tie, Artista two-way tie, there will be a goal differential system, and they will see on how that will play out in terms of their scores. But then for the home team in San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they would want to go for that 14th win, and it looks good because they will go up against the CLS Knights on Sunday.
All right, so that's a good chance as well for Alab Pilipinas to sneak in there through the back door to get one of those top 2 spots. All right, our upcoming games, as we mentioned, this Sunday, Alab Pilipinas will be playing again against this team in Santa Rosa. Another home game for them to wrap up the regular season. For our fans down there in the south, a chance for you guys to get that treat on, if I'm not mistaken, that is Palm Sunday before the Holy Week break. Get a chance to witness your kababayans and your home team strut their stuff once again there for the Philippine fans here in the ABL. All right, that's going to do it for us here from the Caloocan City Sports Complex. And on behalf of Bea Diaz, Migs Gomez, Migs, that's another Migs. Here I am again. I'm hungry, Migs. Migs Bustos, my buddy here. I'm TJ Manotok. I want to thank you for joining us here for another great edition of Alab Pilipinas Basketball. And we'll see you again on more of your ABL right here on SNA.